Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And welcome to Lisbon for day number 1 of the District 1 Girls Basketball Tournament for the quarterfinals here on yourliveevent.com. This is our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. I'm Chase Miller alongside Nick Furch with you here this weekend in Lisbon as we get you ready for 4 games today, featuring in game number 1, the 1 seed of Maple River going up against the 8 seed of the Tri-State Tigers. From there, we will get to the 4-5 matchup of Hankinson-Weimar-Lidgewood, the 2-7 game of Sargent County and Oaks. Then the nightcap at around 7:30 will be Richland and Enderlin. Everything a rolling schedule after the opening game here. So once this game concludes, 20 minutes from now, after that game wraps up, we'll get to Hankinson and Weimar-Lidgewood. We're going to take a quick break on our Irie Insurance pregame show. We come back, we'll dive into the matchup with Tri-State and Maple River a little bit more. We'll get to our coaches' conversation all ahead of the starting lineups and the opening tip. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. Quick time out. We're back with more after this here in Lisbon.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility wants you to enjoy the events in the communities of our area. Here's to living the sweet life. American Crystal Sugar, Drayton.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Red River Valley winters are demanding. The expert heating and plumbing technicians at Bears Home Solutions will keep your home warm, dry, and comfortable all winter long. When winter's chill is in the air,
you need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we dive into the matchup a little bit more here between Maple River and Tri-State, let's recap what happened last season in the 2025 District 1 Girls Basketball Tournament at Valley City State University. Maple River entered as the number 1 seed, and they won the championship over the number 3 seed of Sargent County, 66-52. Region qualifiers, Weimar-Lidgewood defeated Richland, and Oaks defeated Tri-State here in the qualifiers. 2 years ago in the district, same 2 teams playing the title. It was Sargent County to defeat Maple River, and that was 55-32 down in Wahpeton with the qualifiers of Oaks alongside Weimar-Lidgewood. So all roads lead to the Minot State Dome here if you can make it to state this season, with the Region 1B Girls Basketball Tournament getting a week from Monday underway at the Jamestown Civic Center. Earlier this season, Maple River defeated Tri-State back on January the 30th, 54 40-38 in a win for Maple River. They're 3-0 against the Tigers since the inception of the 3-division system, and this is their first matchup in the District 1 girls basketball tournament over the last couple years as well. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll allow Nick Furch to join the conversation, get his thoughts on the tournament, maybe some players and teams to watch out for. Then we'll get into our coaches' conversation after that with Nathan Hoots and Kevin Jackson, all ahead of our starting lineups and the opening tip. And as well, we'll keep you apprised of what's going on at the District 2 girls basketball tournament in Napoleon. All 7 of the 8 tournaments are getting underway today. One tournament, District 7, gets underway tomorrow. But outside of that, everything is in February frenzy mode here when it comes to Division B girls basketball. Quick break. We're back with more. We'll bring Nick Furch in on your live event.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Get ready to make a true impact on the farm. Introducing the HDSR series of staggered rippers from Degelman Industries. At the heart of the machine is the HDSR's staggered two-row setup, which allows for better trash flow and lower draft than an inline ripper. Featuring a shorter implement contour length, easier transport, and better compaction shattering ability than the competitors. The HDSR series from Degelman Industries is engineered tough. Visit our website for more information.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Chase Miller, Nick Furch with you here today. Part 1 of 4 games today. Our coverage gets underway at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon as well. And then on Monday, the region qualifiers at 4:30 and 6 o'clock with the district championship to follow. The all-district team senior athlete coach of the year. All the awards will be on Monday night. Nick, you take a look at the matchups here. You've done a good chunk of girls basketball this season as well with District 1 play. Barnes Sky North going to have one more year of a JV schedule before kind of having a full varsity team, it kind of sounds like there. So kind of a mix and match when it comes to varsity JV teams. Tri-State, a very different team from last year in terms of seniors that have came along. So whether it's this matchup or any games here throughout the rest of the tournament, is there a team that can maybe be a dark horse or a player or two that you're looking to circle saying, hey, if they can get going and get hot this weekend in Lisbon, look out for team number X moving forward?
You know, I think when you talk about what team is going to be the one that's got a chance to play Monday night for a championship here in District 1, it's the Hankinson Pirates. You know, they're another one of these teams where, you know, they didn't have a program just a couple of years ago. And to be in a spot now where they're coming in at a 4 seed, but they're a pretty good 4 seed. So I'm really excited to see that 4-5 matchup here coming up after this one, just to see how that team plays. They got a mix of upperclassmen, but a lot of underclassmen that are contributing for that team. So really excited to see what they're able to do just in the tournament in general. But I think possibly the last game of the night could be the best one between Richland and Enderlin. That's the one that I've got circled for a 6 seed possibly getting an upset with the Enderlin Eagles. So they've had a couple of good stretches of basketball this season, and with Coach Deagle at the helm, a guy with plenty of experience, I think he can he can really help his crew possibly pull off that upset here later on this evening.
And I think the question becomes going into year 3 of the districts, as we said, and one of our opening segments is it's been Maple River and it's been Sargent County that have played in the district championship game. Maple River hasn't lost a regular season district game 3 years running now. That'll continue going into next year. So the question becomes, can Maple River and Sargent County meet for a third time, Nick? Or will those teams that you alluded to, move forward? It's kind of like NDSU versus the FCS field now that they're going FBS. We can't say that. But in District 1, it's really been owned by Maple River and Sargent County the last 2 years.
Yeah, it really feels like that's, we're setting up the rubber match here for this one. Sargent County won 2 years ago, Maple River last year. Both of those teams, that's who they want to see. They want to get to the championship game. That's who they want to see, 1-2. But, at the same point, both teams look different than they did last year. So from that perspective, how exactly are you going to see both of those teams compete here today, tomorrow, for a possibility to even face off on Monday? So I think the rest of the field also sees that everyone just expects it's going to be Maple River, Sargent County. What do we got to lose? So I think that would be an interesting thing to kind of keep an eye on here, especially today. How do those teams come out of the gates and really prepare themselves for the entirety of the tournament?
As we take a look at our bracket breakdown, brought to you in part by Page Seed and Agronomy. In District 2, number 1 seed is Lemoore Litchell Marion against the 8 seed South Border Mustangs, and it's a 4-5 matchup of EKM and Napoleon Gackel Streeter. In the evening portion of the quarterfinals, a 2 seed of Kidder County and Medina Pinger Buchanan, and then the nightcap, the 3-6 matchup, Linton HMB against Ellendale. That again is District 2 at Napoleon. They will roll out the same schedule: games today, games tomorrow, then games on Monday. Then everybody will make their way from District 1 to District 2, still alive, to the Jamestown Civic Center for the Region 1B girls basketball tournament. That's a bracket breakdown, again brought to you in part by Page Seed and Agronomy. For a quality seed and service you can count on, call Page Seed and Agronomy at 701-388-2635. That's 701-388-2635 for Page Seed and Agronomy, located in Page, North Dakota. We'll take a quick break and we continue on the pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. We'll get to our coaches' conversation. Nathan Hoots, Kevin Jackson. Keys to the game, brought to you in part by Nick Furch himself. That and more still to come here on your live event.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Embrace the joy of community at Halsted Living Center and Heritage House in Halsted, where wonderful neighbors and energetic minds come together. If you're seeking more than just a place to call home, you found the right spot with Halsted Living Center and Heritage House. Whether your interests lie in music, agriculture, sports, or dancing, you'll find someone who shares your passion and expertise. Discover a fulfilling lifestyle filled with connection and celebration with Halsted Living Center and Heritage House in Halsted. Get more information by calling 218-456-2105 or log on to halstedlivingcenter.com.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
On the pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Day number 1 of the quarterfinals, game number 1 between the Tri-State Tigers and the Maple River Raiders. Joining us from Tri-State's perspective is their head coach, that's Kevin Jackson, as the Tigers have won back-to-back games going up against Border West and Pembina and alongside Barnes County North as they make their way into the tournament. Kevin, just what have you seen from your team here down the stretch that you look to carry over here into the district tournament this weekend in Lisbon?
The girls just been doing a better job of taking care of the ball, keeping our turnovers down, and we're starting to hit some shots and just getting have the mental toughness that we need that we've kind of built over the year. And girls are kind of, we've been waiting for these days of playing better, and we're playing some of our best ball coming into the tournament.
You look at your opponent in the Raiders, just what stands out to you as a challenge going up against the Nathan Hoots Maple River team later today?
Well, their whole team is good. You can't just focus on one. They're all good. You gotta respect everything. They can shoot the ball well from the outside, and then they also have an inside presence. So we just have to play good defense and make our shots when our opportunity comes.
For your squad here, Kevin, who are some players that you're going to rely on here in this district tournament, or who can be an X factor for you as this weekend continues?
Well, over the year, it's been a different person kind of stepping up each night, and we're getting lately where we get 3-4 girls scoring double figures. We really are tough to, focus on just one. But probably, Taylin Thomas, our center's been doing well, freshman. Chloe Smith, our senior Macy Fritz, and the rest have been playing well too. So.
Last thing that I have for you, Coach Jackson with us here again for Tri-State. What's the one thing you want to see from your team today against the Raiders, tomorrow on Saturday? What's the one thing you want to see from your team here in this District 1 tournament, Kevin, that you got, like everybody coming in, at least 2 games left here for the season?
Taking care of the ball and managing our turnovers. And we need to shoot well to be competitive.
Hey, Kevin, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here today.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Then again, the head coach for Tri-State, Kevin Jackson, will continue with more after this on the Irie Insurance pregame show.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You don't have to spend 4 years or a fortune to start your future. At NDSCS, you'll find first-class classrooms, expert instructors, and hands-on learning that gets you job-ready fast. Earn your degree, gain confidence, and start a career you love sooner than you think. With 97% job placement, high starting salaries, and transfer programs that save thousands, it just makes sense. And that's why NDSCS is the smarter way to college.
As we continue on our pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Opening game of the quarterfinals from Lisbon for the District 1 girls basketball tournament. Maple River and Tri-State joined us from the Raiders' perspective is their head coach. That's Nathan Hoots. And Hoots, I remember talking with you last week that you were very excited to have a game between the end of the regular season and alongside the tournament where you weren't sitting around for a week. A really good contest against Northern Cass earlier this week on Tuesday. So what did you like from that particular game and having 2 practices as you got ready for the District 1 tournament?
Yeah, we had a below average first half against Northern Cass. Challenged them to have one of the best halves of the year, and they certainly responded, scoring 20 points in that third quarter, and defensive pressure was fantastic. All 5 girls that were on the floor understood their responsibilities and what we were doing, and all 5 executed. And whenever you can have that, you're going to kind of live with the result, whatever it is. So that was really exciting to stay healthy, stay fresh, and ready to go for the biggest game of the year today.
And you've been in this particular game here as well in terms of a 3 o'clock afternoon, not sure what the crowd's going to be like on a Friday. So what's the mentality and the experience of understanding what this situation kind of feels like now going into it for the 3rd season here?
Yeah, we've told them, we're going to play in front of tens of people today, and we're going to have to manufacture our own energy. We got our entire JV and junior high here, hopefully ready to cheer us on, and whoever ends up wandering in at 3 o'clock today, we'll be happy to have them. But we know the situation that, like you said, we've been fortunate enough to play in this game for the 3rd straight year. So we're hoping that our history will certainly help us out today.
You look at Tri-State, just what's going to stand out from your perspective as a challenge here later today against the Tigers?
Yeah, they played a really packed-in kind of a 2-1-2 zone against us when we played down in Rossholt a couple weeks ago. Forced us to make a lot of threes, and we did not. It took us a while to get comfortable that night, and it's just something that we have to force the issue tempo-wise early and not allow them to settle into that zone. And then we can't settle for outside shots. We have to get 2 feet into the paint. We gotta, if we get 3-pointers off of drive and kick, I can live with that. I just don't want any quick early threes today. Try to get something really easy. Pass up good to get great is our rule on offense against the zone.
Now you go to this particular time of the season, Nathan Hoots, head coach of the Raiders, it's 0-0. Everybody's got a brand new record. So what's I guess not the mentality, but what's the words to your team as you get ready for postseason play now, where you understand a win gets you one step closer to the regional, where a loss puts you one step closer to your season being done?
Yeah, just try not to look at it as, if you don't pass today's test, then you're 1 game away from being done. It's, play this game like you've played every other game, but we talked about the defensive intensity in the postseason is different than defensive intensity in the regular season. Last year, the first round game against Hankinson, we did not play with defensive postseason intensity, but the next 2 rounds we did. And that's something that hopefully we can amp that up immediately today from the opening tip. And then just, play every possession like it could possibly be your last, and don't overlook any possession, any team, any round of the tournament.
Hey, Hoots, as always, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here today.
Thanks for having me.
That again, Nathan Hoots, head coach of the Raiders. This interview brought to you in part by Irie Insurance, as we continue with more after this in Lisbon.
Common doesn't do the extra reps. Common doesn't push the limits. And Common doesn't do all of that before the sun is up. We work harder than anyone else when no one is watching, so that when everyone is watching, we're ready to answer the call. Discover your uncommon side with the North Dakota Army National Guard.
Final segment on our pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Chase Miller, Nick Furch with you. Nick, as we wind down our pregame show, just give us a key to the victory here. I mean, we just talked to Nathan Hoots there. It's always interesting playing at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when you don't normally play that game. At the flip side, too, records are gone, whether it's a 1 seed, 8 seed, or a 4 or 5 matchup. So what's your biggest takeaway in this particular contest between the Raiders and the Tigers here in this one?
And it works both ways here in this one, but for Maple River, you want to get off to a hot start, right? You're the 1 seed in this tournament. You want to, come up with a strong showing here right away in the first quarter. And if you're Tri-State, it's the exact opposite. It's how do you hang around? How do you make this a full 4-quarter game? How do you make Maple River work for it? Because those are the times when you could take advantage of any mistakes and, give yourself a chance to win this game in the end.
That's Nick Furch. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to our story lineup. That does it for our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve. They cover it all, from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieINS.com to get a free quote. Started today. We'll get to our American Crystal Sugar story lineups. The opening tip is next here for the District 1 Girls Basketball Tournament.
At North Northern Cass, we believe every learner has the power to change the world, and we're here to help them do just that. That's why we're not your average school district. We deliver a world-class education built on trust, authentic relationships, and bold, innovative practices that prepare learners for whatever path they choose. Northern Cass is currently looking for bus and activity drivers to help out with routes in the morning and afternoon. For more information becoming a bus and activity driver with Northern Cass, give Bryce Laxdal a call at 701-331-0452. That's 701-331-0452.
At Polar Communications, innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
It's now time to get to our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. That again is crystalsugar.com. Winner of this game plays tomorrow in our first semifinal at 6 o'clock. The loser will play in our first loser out game tomorrow, 24 hours from now at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll start with the Tri-State Tigers clad in their purple uniforms here tonight. They'll go like this. Taylon Thomas, a 5'11 freshman. From there, Emma Fritz, the 5'6 freshman guard. With Chloe Smith, a 5'9 sophomore forward. You have Macy Fritz, the older sister of Emma, the 5'6 senior, and Olivia Geffrey, the 5'5 junior, here today for Tri-State. Thomas, a pair of Fritzes, Smith and Geffrey. Kevin Jackson, the head coach for the Tri-State Tigers, a mark of 3 wins and 17 losses this season. As we turn our attention now to the Raiders of Maple River, clad in their white uniforms here, they'll go like this. Sophia Santrum, a 5'11 freshman, with Carly Homelson, a 5'6 junior. Claire Irie, a 5'9 senior forward, with Hallie Bisset, a 5'7 senior, and Abigail Kaloran, the 5'5 sophomore guard. Santrum, Holvelson, Irie, Bisset, and Kaloran. The Raiders head coach is Nathan Oots with a mark of 5 wins. Make that 15 wins and 4 losses this season. That is our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Great careers, quality products, grower owned at crystalsugar.com. Officials here of this one will be Jake Schlecht, Michael Sorley, and Lance Lukes doing the honors here in this contest. Is Chase Miller and Nick Furch with you here on YourLiveEvent.com. The Tigers in their purple uniforms, while you have the Raiders in their home whites, as we get you ready for high school basketball. First of 4 games today here from Tri-State. Opening tip in the circle at 2:58, and the quarterfinal round is underway here in Lisbon. Kaloran quickly up the front court. Irie inside Santrum. Back to Irie. Spot up 3 is going to be up and in. Opening points here on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard go to Irie.
And Irie is going to be one of those players to watch here throughout this tournament. Someone who has really had a good season here for the Raiders, and being able to shoot it from deep is a big key there. As the Raiders will come up man pressure defense, as they will see this one on the hand of Santrum. They get the tip. B-Set will come away with it. B-Set home run pass up the floor to Santrum. Turn, shoot, no. Rebound is going to be out of bounds, or nearly out of bounds. One here by Chloe Smith. Tri-State will handle this now with Geffrey. Geffrey is a lefty in terms of shooting, so something to note when you have to guard her, as this one will go to Macy Fritz. Fritz left in its side, going to take a couple of hard dribbles. Drive to the right wing. We'll see this to Geffrey. She'll launch the three-pointer. That goes out of bounds, and it will be Maple River basketball. Raiders going to play a majority of a man-to-man pressure defense under Nathan Hoots, while for Kevin Jackson, we'll see probably a majority here, Nick, of a little zone defense and a 1-2-2 as we see it yet again. Yeah, and anytime you've got that zone, the key there is obviously try and get it to the middle, disrupt the zone, but also you don't want to become complacent and just shoot threes. Now, if you're making them, it's fine, but don't want to become complacent with that.
Nice pass by Kaloran inside. Irie can't make the layup. Rebound is going to go right into Irie's hands. Hovelson left wing will shoot. The three is up. That'll go long, and a board coming down here to Chloe Smith, her second. Good ball movement, as Nick said, got the touch into the middle and opened it up for Irie. Just couldn't finish, as nearly walking with the basketball there was Fritz. Geffrey will find a cutting Smith at the high post. Smith's going to back down Kaloran, throws it up off the backboard, can't get it to go. And a rebound here for Satcham. Kaloran in transition now for the Raiders, crossing her way through, left-handed side to B-Set. B-Set takes the dribble back to Kaloran. Kaloran drive, slips one past the baseline. Hovelson lost it on her way up. Turnover on the Raiders. As Tri-State looking to get on the board for the first time in the opening 2 minutes. Geffrey will see this now to Fritz, as that's going to be Emma. Guarded by Irie here, as Tri-State, little cut, trying to set a pick, as this will be a foul underneath on either Hovelson or Kaloran. They'll call this one on Kaloran.
For Tri-State, it's going to be, really key. How are they going to do in these half-court offensive sets? Being able to, score against this Maple River defense is difficult, so don't want to help them out with some rough sets.
Three-pointer's going to be long off the hand of Thomas. Satcham able to go chase that one down, finds Kaloran, transition out to Irie. Claire wraparound pass to B-Set. B-Set will shoot the three, got it to go. Allie B-Set with her 10th three-pointer of the season, and the Raiders 2 threes lead it by 6. Emma Fritz front court now here by Irie as they give this one to Macy Fritz. Fritz will see it back on the bounce pass now to Geffrey. Geffrey ball fake here as Tri-State cutting through the lane. Couple of dribbles by Geffrey. Good hesitation move. Sees this one off the side, no good. Rebound on the interior is going to be up and off the mark there by Emma. Loose ball goes to Hallie as they go to Hovelson. Hovelson, little Euro step through the paint off the iron, can't get it. And this one will go out of bounds. It'll be Maple River basketball.
Good look there for Tri-State. Just got to be able to capitalize on those.
As Hovelson will inbound it. Cutting to the baseline here, and there's a foul. Thomas will pick up the foul. Her first, team's first. Got enough of the body as Kaloran will make her way to the free throw line. Abby, a 67% free throw shooter here on the season. 5:01 left to play here on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Opening quarterfinal round of the District 1 girls basketball tournament. We'll see the boys district tournament coming up here starting on Friday, February 27th. We'll get to that bracket breakdown coming up here throughout the course of the days. Kaloran goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. All for Maple River, to what Nick's talked about in the pregame show. You want to come out and have a really good start, not let a 8 seed kind of hang around, and they've been able to do so far, up by 8.
Yeah, and this defensive pressure is a big key for that, really making it uncomfortable for Tri-State.
As we'll get a jump ball, the arrow will stay with the Tigers, won't keep it here. And this is a very youthful team here for Kevin Jackson. Freshman, sophomore, senior, junior in the starting lineup here. And talking with Kevin before the game, just said a lot of these girls just played vastly JV minutes last season, so for some of them, brand new this year as Fritz misses. Rebound to Satcham. Hovelson brings this one up the floor, right-handed side, drive kick to B-Set. B-Set looking inside for Satcham. Here comes the double, and able to rip that one through was Chloe Smith. Smith trying to go coast to coast the other side. Good step through off the window. No rebound. Going to be through the hands of Irie. Last touch here by Irie or Smith, and they'll say it's off Claire as it will stay Tri-State basketball. But you have to like the attack there from the Tri-State guard on that one.
Absolutely. Great attack, great move to get to the bucket. Once again, just got to be able to convert.
As this one goes on the interior hand by Irie after the attempt by Fritz, as it will stay with the Tri-State Tigers with 4:19 left to play here in the opening quarter. Emma Fritz to inbound, right-handed side to Smith as they see this one now to the right wing to Emma. Fritz taking the screen, little pick and pop action as Kaloran gets down on the deck, and she nearly had the basketball as it will stay Tri-State.
Active hands defensively, really helping Maple River out here early on in this first quarter.
Tri-State Tigers from a season ago lost in a region qualifier against Oaks 49-40. This pass goes across the paint, and Hovelson able to rip it away. Turnover number 2 as Hovelson able to come to a curl hop to Kaloran, right-handed side to Irie. Irie launches the three, and she's got another one, and a timeout on the floor. Irie with 2 triples in this one as the Raiders up by 11 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Are Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
Time on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North, not new, not national. Bank North, a hometown bank focused on relationships, local decisions, and community support. Find out more at banknorth.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Chase Miller, Nick Furch with you here after the timeout by Kevin Jackson, his first. And so far the Raiders have hit 3 threes, 2 by Irie, 1 by B-Set, and he put 2 points up by Abigail Kaloran. That makes up the Raiders 11 as Kaloran nearly maybe picked up a block, but able to make her way on the outside is Olivia Geffrey for the turnover for Tri-State, as now Westby will check in. Kiara will check into the game here for the Tigers. Nick, what have you liked from the Raiders' perspective so far, jumping out to this 11-0 run?
No, really, I think it's just the way that they've been able to play defense. They've been pesky, they've been annoying, and it's really making it difficult for Tri-State and just moving the ball around offensively. There we had a turnover, but still just being able to move the ball around and get good looks has really been a key to jumping out to this 11-0 start.
As Hovelson to inbound the rock here, right-handed side, Lila Richmond tees up a 3. That'll go long off the iron. Rebound one here to Tri-State to Fritz. Quickly up the other side of the floor goes Chloe Smith. Crossing over in the paint, gets a shot up over Hovelson, can't connect. Ball somehow goes through the wickets of the hands of Thomas, and it will be Maple River basketball. On the opposite side, I think for Tri-State, the transition game has been there, Nick, just unable to answer so far for a couple of possessions.
Yeah, and as an 8 seed, you want to be able to make those bunnies, make those easy shots, and you hope that they end up falling here. And for Tri-State, you hope sooner rather than later.
Kaloran left-handed side shot fake. She's going to drive as they handle this one back up top to Lila Richmond. Leaves it right wing now to Hovelson as they work with it to Kaloran. High post is Hennig, able to find it to Hovelson. Right pocket 3 is up and in. Currently Hovelson with the triple, her 27th of the season. It's all Raiders early on here in the first quarter.
You know, I said you don't want to fall in love with the 3 ball going against the zone, and they made 4 of them, so far they're proving me wrong.
Satchram up the floor to Hovelson, left-handed layup can't go. Rebound comes down to Tri-State. The Tigers here with Chloe Smith, her 3rd rebound, as the Tigers looking just to get something up on the board here and not fall too far behind in this opening half of play. Chloe Smith up top, able to zip this one now to Fritz. Fritz will launch well behind the 3-point line short, but a loose ball goes right back to Emma. Emma sees this one on the deck, and Kaloran will come away with it. Quickly up to Satchram. Power dribble off the window, up and in for 2. Satchram in the scoring column. And the starting 5, all with at least 2 points here for the Raiders. As Hovelson gets out in front, but this would be a blocking foul on Hovelson. Her first and the team's first here, team's second for the Raiders, as Hallie Beesit returns and Shelby Overland will check in for the first time here this afternoon for the Raiders. Tri-State Tigers going up against a full court pressure defense as Macy Fritz able to get her way to the free throw line inside the paint, gets fouled, and that'll help here from a Tri-State perspective. Their first free throws of the afternoon, and as we talked about throughout the game so far here, Nick, if there has been an area that you like from Tri-State, it's kind of getting by that first defender and getting into the paint so far.
Yeah, and getting a chance here to go to the free throw line. Hopefully one of these goes in, and sometimes just seeing the ball go through the hoop is key for a team like this.
Well, she got the Plinko chip roll there for Macy Fritz as she hits the first. Checking out will be Emma Fritz here for the Tri-State Tigers. Geffrey quickly back in. Free throw attempt number 2 here for Tri-State. Game number 21 for the Tigers, game number 20 here for the Raiders, as this one is short, but a rebound going to be one here to Chloe Smith. She's got 4 boards here in the first quarter. Macy Fritz taking a couple of dribbles, guarded by Irie. Fritz making her way inside. Irie got a hand on it. Ball goes now to Westby, and this will be a traveling violation. Turnover at number 7 here for Tri-State compared to 2, and Kevin Jackson hit the nail right on the head, saying just can't turn the ball over here against the Raiders, and that's been a Achilles heel in the opening quarter.
Yeah, if you're trying to pull off an upset, taking care of the ball and making those easy shots are what you need to have happen. And unfortunately here in this first quarter, it's been anything but that.
Hallie B-set, right-hand side Richmond. B-set at the top, leaves it to Hannig, near sideline Irie, who's already hit 2 threes today. Here's a runner by Claire, that'll go long. Rebound one to Thomas. Quickly up the near side as they will find this one to Chloe Smith. Smith's shot, no. Rebound, though. Smith put back up and in. A second chance opportunities finally pays dividends for the Tigers, and they have their first field goal of the afternoon.
Getting to the hoop and getting those offensive rebounds. They've done that a couple times here in this first quarter, finally able to capitalize.
Richmond right-handed side goes to Hannig here. Skip pass now to B-set. B-set gets walled off. Good defense by Westby, and there's a turnover as the Tigers want to get out and run. They got a distance here with Chloe Smith in transition. Can't get it to go, and it'll be, unfortunately, off of Smith on the ricochet as the Raiders will come away with it. Tri-State to make a substitution with Cindy Perez, the 5'3" senior, getting a run. If you're Kevin Jackson and you see your shot chart, you like where the shots are coming from, just a lot of X's instead of zeros, so to speak, Nick.
Yeah, getting to that interior. I mean, they've got one trip to the free throw line. Just got to keep attacking. They'll start going in here as this game goes on.
Overling can't get the shot to go. Perez gets the loose ball. Geffrey will handle it now. And if you're Tri-State trying to get a bucket here, get back within 10 or 11, not the worst thing considering it was 11-0 run before Jackson, the head coach for Tri-State, called the timeout. Jumper from the free throw line is going to go long by Thomas. Rebound on the inside by Westby. And this will be a foul as Perez will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Well, if you want to pull off the upset, make your free throws, that'll help. Irie picks up the foul, her first, team's fourth, with 8.1 left to play here in the opening quarter.
Yep, and once again, offensive rebound set up this opportunity.
Perez, free throw attempt is short, and so far for Tri-State, got him down for 11 rebounds compared to just 4 for the Raiders. Second free throw attempt on the way as Maple River, they can get a box out. We'll have 8.1 unless Tri-State, well, negate what I was going to say. Tri-State with second chance as Perez goes 1 of 2. Hovelson now with 5 seconds with 4. Finds it to B-set, right-handed side. Irie to beat the horn is short, and that's how we'll end our first quarter play. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, Raiders lead it by 12.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of water.
No! Jeez Louise!
This system is packing 70-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball-sized hail, and a fast drop in temperature.
Oh, jeez. Dave and Cheryl's kitchen started on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let's take a look.
Oh, geez, moments happen. Be ready with Irie Insurance.
As we come back on our page seed and agronomy bracket breakdown here, Maple River Tri-State winner plays at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Loser plays at 3 o'clock. Coming up next, the 4-5 matchup of Hankinson and Wymer Lidgerwood. And then the evening portion of the bracket, the 2-7 game with Sargent County and Oaks, and then Richland and Enderlin to finish things off at 7:30. That's a bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Page Seed and Agronomy. For quality service and seed you can count on, get in touch with Page Seed and Agronomy at 701-388-2635 and Page, North Dakota. Chase Miller alongside Nick Furch with you here today in this one. Raiders led by the 6 points of Claire Irie. They've hit 4 threes by 3 different players. While for the Tri-State Tigers led by the 2 points of Chloe Smith. They're 2 of 4 from the free throw line. All things considered, it could be a little worse here for Tri-State, down by 12. Large couple of minutes here to begin this second quarter. See who comes out on top as Geffrey. Left-handed side will zip this one to Smith. Smith going to attack the paint. Shot will be off the mark. Rebound, though, on the interior goes to Thomas, and then there's a foul. And if there is one thing that's brewing for Tri-State, Nick, it is rebounding the basketball.
Yeah, I mean, they have had plenty of chances close to the bucket. They've gotten second chance opportunities, and, I mean, those 4 threes by Maple River is the margin here, and Tri-State definitely has had looks to keep it closer. So I think as this one goes, if you're Maple River, you want to be able to get into the interior of this Tri-State defense. And Tri-State, you just got to start making shots like that.
Kiara Westby with her first field goal, points off the bench for Coach Jackson. Irie looking for her third three. That one will go off the side of the backboard, no good. Rebound comes down in the hands of Geffrey. Also a note, Irie picked up her second foul, so you got 2 on her and 2 on Abigail Kaloran. Hovelson trying to wall off her defender there in Westby. High post touch. This one goes to Geffrey. Launches a three-pointer off the backboard long, but an offensive rebound. Block shot by Overland, but grazed the hand. And one more time, we'll say it again, second chance here for the Tigers.
I think that's the third overall trip to the free throw line for Tri-State, and all 3 of those have come off of second chance opportunities. So for Tri-State, just keep attacking the boards, keep attacking the glass, get yourself to the free throw line, and I mean, already cutting this down to hopefully a chance here cutting into just an 8-point deficit.
Broadcasting today from the Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency broadcast booth from Home Auto Life Farm and More. Get in contact with David at 701-724-6252, servicing the communities of Foreman and alongside Oaks. Rebound comes down to Hovelson, other side, and a turnover here for the Raiders as Nathan Hoots wants a timeout. So we said interesting point of the game, and Tri-State has opened up the quarter on a 3:01 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
What's going on today? I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection. You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance? Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve, so we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Time on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. Bank North should feel personal, and at Bank North it does. They're proud to be local. Go to banknorth.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. That's Bank North. Well, a 3-0 run here for Tri-State, and don't look now, a three-pointer would make it a 2-possession game as the Tigers with Macy Fritz will see this one in the front court. Fritz will see it now to Emma. Ball right-handed side to Chloe Smith on the interior, goes to Thomas. Thomas, jumper, block shot by Santrum. As the Raiders, we'll see it now with Hovelson, finds a trailing Kaloran. Kaloran at the top of the key as the Tigers will match a little man pressure defense right now up top to Kaloran. Kaloran with the ball fake to Overland here. A little stagnant offense for the Raiders. Kaloran trying to drive kick, now to Overland, able to reverse it to Hovelson. Hovelson gets by her defender. Nice bounce pass across the paint to Sentrum for 2.
Good, patient set there by the Raiders, being able to get into the interior there.
Macy Fritz doesn't want patience. She wants to get to the free throw line, and Irie will pick up the foul. Her third, a large foul here for Tri-State, and 2 free throws upcoming for Macy Fritz. And so far, the story of this one, Nick, has been the ability by these Tri-State backcourt players to get by their defender. And then this one was just in transition. There's no help, and they've been able to make their way to the paint.
You know, and Maple River able to set up some pressure there off of that made shot by Santrum. So being able to beat that pressure is really what was key to getting to the free throw line here for Tri-State.
It's Macy Fritz, 2 for 3 so far in the contest from the stripe, and now make her 3 of 4 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's a double up right now. Tri-State 9, Maple River 18, but the 8 seed definitely holding their own. If you're just joining us, it was 11-0 run before Kevin Jackson called the timeout, and since then, Tri-State has really done a good job filing into this game.
You know, and I think it wasn't until about 16-0 until Tri-State was finally able to make a free throw. So since then, 9-2 scoring advantage for Tri-State, and you know, it's plays like this, these hustle plays that Tri-State has really excelled in here so far in this first half.
As the Maple River Raiders will give the ball right back here to the Tigers. 16-4 was the score after 1 quarter of play. Tri-State will see this one to Emma Fritz. Fritz will handle it, be set on the guard, as the Tigers will whip this one left-handed side to Macy. Macy makes her way to the paint, and this one will be a foul underneath. It'll be the 4th foul against the Raiders, so from here on out, they'll be in the bonus for Tri-State on the next foul. This will be on Hovelson, and for Hoots, you got 2 on Kaloran, 2 on Hovelson, and 3 on Irie. Those are some large chess pieces with fouls. Inside on the slip pass, up and in off the block. Chloe Smith's got 5. 5 points and 6 rebounds here for the sophomore forward, and the Tigers are back within 7. B-Set makes her way around the world. Good hand defensively by Smith. Chloe will try to attack the other side, goes right at Hovelson, and this will be an offensive charge. I like the opportunity, though, by Smith, because if that's a defensive foul, Hovelson picks up her 3rd. Chloe with her 1st and the team's 1st of the quarter.
Yeah, just great turning defense into offense. Yeah, you don't get it, but, 8 seed versus 1 seed. Sometimes you got to take those chances, be aggressive going to the bucket. Not always going to work out in your favor, but that was a great take there by Chloe Smith.
As Hovelson able to wall off Smith to pick up the charge. Satcham kick to B-Set. Left wing 3 is up, and the 3 tickles the twine from 19-9. B-Set with her 2nd 3-pointer of the game, and the Raiders lead it by 10. But here we go again. Drive inside jumper off the window. No by Thomas. It's a loose ball as Hannig will come away with it. Kaloran with the 3-on-3, the other side, tiptoes, gets in the interior. Fritz with the block shot. Sandstrom can't convert the second chance, and Emma Fritz able to get the loose ball. Able to spin. Tigers, Kaloran, good hand defensively as the ball should stay with Tri-State. It does, but so far for the Tri-State Tigers, they're able to get around the top of the defense here, Nick, and that has been where their bread has been buttered so far offensively.
Yeah, for Tri-State, I don't know if you necessarily say they're turning this into a track meet, but they're definitely trying to amp up the speed and really just put pressure on Maple River.
And a couple of made field goals off of baseline sets here for Tri-State. Thomas with 2 points, and it's back to an 8-point game. Hovelson step back 3. That'll go long. Hannig, though, gets the loose ball, and then we'll throw it away in a turnover here for the Raiders. Maple River, a team that's 15-4 on the season. They've won 6 out of 7. That one loss on February 5th against Griggs Makota. Well, for Tri-State, they've won back-to-back games. They have 3 wins, but they beat Border West, beat BCN earlier in the week to get to this point as the number 8 seed, and the 8 seed giving the 1 seed all they can handle as Tigers have their 9th turnover. And then B-Set nearly threw it away to Sandstrom. Kaloran, right-handed side, able to give it back up top to Halley. Now to Kaloran on this little weave by the Raiders. Kaloran to Hannig. Left wing 3-pointer is going to be off the side of the backboard. No good. It's a loose ball, and good job by Emma Fritz getting her 5th rebound of the game.
And good job there by Hovelson, too. She had her hand in there trying to go for that loose ball and just decided, I'm not picking up a 3rd foul here, and smartly backed out.
Thomas got the rebound. B-Set hits the deck. Thomas slips this one off now to Emma Fritz. Fritz back to Geffrey. Tees up a 3. This one goes long. No one boxed out. Fritz though on the backside. Can't get it. Rebound on a second chance. No, it's loose, and Hennig will come away with it. As they work their way, Satcham shot can't convert. It's loose, and it will be Tri-State basketball. Lila Richmond checking for Hannig, while Tri-State will make the substitution with Chloe Smith checking in, and also Kiara Westby. So far in the quarter, 9 points for the Tigers and 5 here for the Raiders.
Yeah, this has been a very impressive answer by Tri-State just to keep this thing moving.
Thomas shot inside the paint, no, loose ball, eventually won by the aforementioned Thomas. Block shot by Sandstrom, her 2nd of the game. Hovelson weaves her way to the other side, looking for a streaking Richmond. As Lila hands this one off now to Kaloran. A rainbow 3, that'll go long. As Kaloran able to save this, but as she does, she was out of bounds, and it will go to the Tri-State Tigers. And one thing, if you're Nathan Hoots, that you don't like, early shots in the shot clock, Hoots. Some have been open, and you're more than willing to take it. But, Nick, on the opposite side, what it leads to sometimes is a transition bucket the other way.
Yeah, and that's where Tri-State's been thriving, so you don't want to give them those opportunities.
Geffrey slithers her way. Count it! Geffrey with the end one. A chance for the 3-point play as the foul will be assessed here on Hallie B-Set, her 1st and the team's 5th. And the Tri-State Tigers trying to make this a 5-point game as Sandstrom will check out. Coming in is Overland with 2:28 left to play here in the first half. Geffrey, free throw is up, and the free throw is in, and the 8 seed right now back within 5. Hovelson front court, right-handed side to Kaloran. Kaloran to the right wing will handle basketball here as Abby tiptoes on the paint, throws it up. Perez was there defensively. Tri-State comes away with it with Westby. Geffrey We'll see this on the high post. Lila Richmond nearly got a jump ball as this one is still loose, and Hovelson gets the steal. Hovelson going to drive kick to B-set. Hallie gives it back to Carly. Carly launches a three, got it to go. Hovelson with her second triple. She's got 6. The story of the game has been the three-point line for the Raiders. They have 6 threes in the contest.
Wow, and you know, that's just one of those things where, you know, if they didn't have that 3-ball working for them, it would be a completely different story. They've shot the ball really well here tonight.
Chloe Smith jumper, got it to go, gets the backboard here on a Friday afternoon. She's got 5 in the quarter, 7 in the game, and Tri-State back within 6. Hovelson will see this as they give it up top. Kaloran able to find it on the interior to Overland. Right wing now to B-set. Kaloran on a stagnant offense here by the Raiders. Little nail pick for Hovelson. Hovelson drive kick to B-set. B-set makes her way. Floater from the baseline. Good ball offense as it results in 2.
Again, just being patient, going towards the hoop, and getting those easy opportunities for Maple River.
B-set's got 8. The Raiders lead it by 8, and B-set gets the steal. Hallie with a 2-on-2 going to make her way to the paint. Finds a trailing Richmond, who finds a trailing Hovelson. She'll launch 3. No. Rebound to Perez. Perez quickly up the floor, able to give it to Geffrey. Back to the right wing as they make their way right-hand side. Here's a Smith jumper. That's going to go long off the hand, and this one will be out of bounds. Last touch here by Tri-State, they'll say, with 35.6 to play in the quarter. Tigers with a full court pressure defense as Kaloran able to get this one in up the far side to Hovelson, and a foul. Tigers will pick up their second. Jake Schlecht, Michael Sorley, Lance Lukes, our officiating crew. Westby picks the foul, her first. Get on the bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Page Seed and Agronomy. Winner pays their way into the semis. Loser, you're into a lose and go home situation 24 hours from now. Kaloran, couple of dribbles to Richmond, and with that foul, it does allow Maple River, if they want to, hold for the final shot of the quarter with the shot clock is off. Kaloran able to spin high post, now to Hovelson. Hovelson sees it to B-set. B-set gonna drive, nice slip to Overland, good offense, and nearly gets the end one. That was probably the best offensive set we've seen from the Raiders, Nick, in this first half, and they result in a free throw opportunity here for Shelby.
You know, in the way that Carly Hovelson has shot, I mean, very impressive for her to pass up that open 3 and get an opportunity here at the free throw line towards the end of this first half.
As the Raiders, they've shot 3 free throws, and they've hit all of them so far, as Hovelson will check out, as Allie Kaloran, the freshman, will check in. Well, for the Tri-State Tigers, they'll have 9 seconds to work with to try to see if they can beat the buzzer. And Overland, free throw attempt number 2 is good. Was a lane violation, but that lane violation was on Tri-State, so the bucket is good. Geffrey, front court with 5 seconds. Looking to shoot the three-pointer. That goes long. Rebound will be 1-4 by Richmond, and that's how we'll end our first half of play. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, 28-18. As we head to the half, the number 1 seed Maple River leads it by 10 as we make our way to the Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency Halftime Show.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility wants you to enjoy the events in the communities of our area. Here's to living the sweet life. American Crystal Sugar, Drayton.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors. making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Halftime show brought to you in part by Farmers Union Insurance with David Bergman Agency, your headquarters from farm to ranch, business, crop, and more. Not all products are underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance. Call 701-724-6252. That's 724-6252 to get in touch with David Bergman at Farmers Union Insurance. Chase Miller, Nick Furch will get to Nick's first half comments in a second here. Maple River 16 points in the first quarter, 12 in the second. Tri-State with 4 points in the first quarter and 14 points in the second. Maple River, 6 players in the scoring column, 4 of 4 from the stripe, 6 threes, 11 rebounds, 8 turnovers, while for Tri-State, 11 turnovers. They have yet to hit a three-pointer here in this one. 6 players in the scoring column, 6 of 9 from the line, but 22 rebounds, plus 11 for the Tigers in the first half of play. Individually, 8 points for Hallie Bisset with 2 threes, 6 for Irie, 6 for Hovelson. Both have 2 made three-pointers as well. 4 points for Satcham with 5 rebounds, 2 for Kaloran and 2 for Overland. Well, for Tri-State led by the 7 of Chloe Smith, 6 boards, 3 points for Macy Fritz, 3 points for Olivia Geffrey, 2 points for Westby, that's Kiara, 2 points, 5 boards for Thomas, and 1 point, couple rebounds for Sydney Perez. Nick, biggest thought is what after the opening 16 minutes?
It's almost shocking that it's just a 10-point game right now, because at moments it's felt like Tri-State should be in the lead, and at other moments it feels like Maple River should be leading this by plenty more. Very impressive second quarter effort there by Tri-State to get within. I believe they got as close as 6, maybe 5 points there. Just the way they've been able to crash the glass. You said a plus 11 advantage for Tri-State. Usually if you're trailing on the scoreboard by double digits, you're usually not leading in the rebound category by double digits. So very impressive by Tri-State to continue to chase down loose balls, continue to fight and just keep possessions alive. And as for Maple River, having that 3-ball going is huge, right? Without that, I mean, this is a very different game. We have seen their offensive sets start to get more into the lane, starting to get better looks in that interior of the Tri-State defense, but that 3-ball is really what's keeping them alive here, while Tri-State is really thriving in those second chance opportunities.
When we come back, we'll take a look at both the girls and the boys basketball brackets here for the District 1 tournament. Again at the half, 28-18 Raiders on YourLiveEvent.com.
Red River Valley winters are demanding. The expert heating and plumbing technicians at Bears Home Solutions will keep your home warm, dry, and comfortable all winter long. When winter's chill is in the air,
you need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers. They are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
As we continue on the pregame, the halftime show here, brought to you in part by Farmers Union Insurance, David Bergman Agency from Lisbon. It is the Tri-State Tigers and the Maple River Raiders. Maple River, really the difference of the schemes, the three-point line. They've hit 6-0 for Tri-State, but then Tri-State 22 rebounds to 11 for the Raiders. Interesting first half numbers to say the least. Here's a bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Page Seed and Agronomy. Still to come after the conclusion of this game. Hankinson, Weimar, Lidgewood. The night games at 6 o'clock. Sargent County, Oakston, Richland, and Enderlin to round things off. On the boys district tournament, the 8-9 matchup in the play-in will be Richland at Enderlin a week from tonight. And then everything shifts to Valley City High School on February the 27th. The 1 seed of the Hankinson Pirates will play the play-in winner. Sargent County, Weimar, Lidgewood in the 4-5 matchup. Oaks, Tri-State in the 2-7, and Barnes County North Maple River at 7:30. So that's a look at your bracket breakdown, brought to you in part by Page Seed and Agronomy. As we put a bow on our coverage here, Nick, biggest thing is what going into the second half from a Raider or a Tri-State perspective? We'll start with a team that's winning first. What do the Raiders need to do to hold on with the lead, and then what do Tri-State need to do to come back and try to get within that, 1 or 2 possessions before the fourth quarter?
Maple River needs to get those 50-50 balls, right? They need to get those loose balls, those rebounds off glass, because it seems like just about any time there's been an opportunity, a 50-50 opportunity, Tri-State's the one that's coming away with the basketball. So for Maple River, just being able to chase down loose balls, rebound well, and just take care of the basketball is going to be huge. Now, for Tri-State, really their biggest part is just being able to convert when they have those opportunities down low. We saw it a little bit more in the second quarter, but that first quarter, there was plenty of layup opportunities, plenty of shots inside that 8-foot range that they were just unable to convert. So if you want to be able to come back in this one on the scoreboard, got to put points up. So for Tri-State, that'll be interesting, and just continue to try and chase them off the three-point line while also not opening up the interior. Saw a couple of chances there, a couple of layups that they made, Maple River that is, and for the most part though, Tri-State's doing a good job making them be shooters. They've just been successful with that. So how do you counter that from a defensive standpoint?
He's Nick Furch. I'm Chase Miller. That does it for our halftime show, brought to you in part by Farmers Union Insurance, David Bergman Agency. Back with the second half next here in Lisbon.
Get ready to make a true impact on the farm. Introducing the HDSR series of staggered rippers from Degelman Industries. At the heart of the machine is the HDSR's staggered two-row setup, which allows for better trash flow and lower draft than an inline ripper. Featuring a shorter implement contour length, easier transport, and better compaction shattering ability than the competitors. The HDSR series from Degelman Industries is engineered tough. Visit our website for more information.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
As we continue with more here on YourLiveEvent.com, thank you so much for tuning in to our coverage of the District 1 Girls Basketball Tournament. Make sure you patronize our sponsors. Without them, we could not bring you the Girls Basketball District Tournament here today on Your Live Event. As we get you set for this next half a play, Kaloran will see this on the inside. Shots will be off the mark. Rebound comes down to Fritz. As Fritz going to scamper her way the other side, that's Macy. Macy at the left wing looking for a teammate. Able to find one up top as it goes to Emma Fritz. Emma, good pass across the paint. Goes to Thomas off the window for two. Thomas now with 4. Quickly, Kaloran right-hand side to Irie. Irie with the ball fake to Satchram. Satchram able to skip it to B-Set. Beesit on the sweep now to Irie as they give it back up top to Kaloran. Hovelson will handle it here. Jumper from 16. That one will go long. One and done as Emma Fritz gets the rebound. Tigers trying to see if they can get this back within 2 possessions, and this will be a traveling violation. I like the double, though, by Satcham and Kaloran off the miss, and not the worst travel in the world because Satcham would have had a walk-in layup.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we'll see. You can already kind of tell that Maple River wants to play a little bit faster, a little more aggressive to the hoop. With that take there and the couple we've seen already, they're trying to pick up the pace and pick up the aggression.
Satcham right-handed side. This one will be tipped out of bounds, and it will remain with the Maple River Raiders. And this is always the old adage: how long can an 8 seed or a lower seed, so to speak, hang around with the top seed and give themselves a chance going into the 4th? Hovelson, little give and go action with Satcham on the inside, throws it up and in. Satcham now with 6.
You know, and I think she could really put up a big second half here. She's had plenty of opportunities down low. Hasn't always taken the shots, but I think Sophia Satcham could definitely be one of these players in the second half to open things up for Maple River.
Geffrey tees up a 3. That one will go long. Ball is loose, and eventually the Tigers will come away with it. Tri-State on the inside slip pass, and Satcham's going to pick up the foul as Thomas was posting up on the interior. Foul will come on Satcham, her first and the team's first here, with 2 free throws upcoming here for Taylon Thomas, a 5'11 freshman. And when you're 5'11 and you're a freshman, Nick, your future is bright, I think, in high school sports.
Yeah, she's definitely is one of those players that for this Tri-State team, you expect to see a lot of here over the next 3-ish years. Definitely a player that I see a bright future for.
Thomas able to hit both free throws. The Tigers now 7 of 11 from the stripe here in this game. Satcham up top as it works its way back to Irie. Hovelson on this weave. Hovelson makes her way right to the paint, off the window. Can't get the shooter's roll. Rebound, put back for Satcham for 2. 8.6 boards for Satcham. Tri-State then with a walk and a full court pressure defense here by the Raiders has gotten the Tigers out of sorts here after the intermission.
Yeah, and I saw Geffrey there saying, hey, come to the basketball. Help me out here, as they're putting a lot of pressure on me here in the backcourt.
Kaloran with the pass inside to Satcham. Spin shot, no. Rebound comes down. That'll be to Emma Fritz, her 7th of the game. Fritz weaving her way in the front court, and Hovelsen's going to pick up the foul. That'll be her 3rd, as Hovelson will pick up her 3rd and the team's 2nd here of the quarter. Tri-State with Emma Fritz. We'll see this with 5:47 left to play in quarter number 3. I think the difference in this one quite could be, Nick, who goes on that next 8:07 run. If it's Maple River, he might put the game away. If it's Tri-State, you got yourself a ball game. As this one will go to Thomas. Turnaround jumper, rattling out. Rebound is loose, and Kaloran comes away with it. Kaloran uses her dribble to B-set. Hallie able to turn, finds it. Irie, right wing, 3-pointers long. Rebound comes down to Chloe Smith. Fritz, that's Macy, to Geffrey here in the front court. Geffrey, right-handed side to Emma Fritz. Emma, right wing, able to go to the baseline. Jumper is going to be by Smith, up and in. Chloe Smith has 9. The Tri-State Tigers 6 points in the quarter.
I've been really impressed with the way that Chloe Smith has played here this evening. Seems to just be around the ball at all points.
Look at the spin cycle by Hovelson. She's got 8, a chance to make it 9 at the line. Foul assessed here on Chloe Smith. That's large because that's her 3rd. Team's first of the quarter here for the Tri-State Tigers, as coming in will be Westby here for Tri-State.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, Maple River's got 3 players with 3 fouls, but for Tri-State, a player like Chloe Smith picking up her 3rd, that could be huge.
Hovelson trying to convert the 3-point play. That'll go long. It's a loose ball underneath, and eventually Kaloran, Satcham, and also part of that Oreo was Thomas. And we get the jump ball, and the arrow will make its way to Tri-State. Little diamond trap here for the Raiders, looking for that half-court trap. Satcham on top of it, gets her hand on the basketball with B-set. We get a 3-point takedown, as we do have girls wrestling going on up in Valley City. And a timeout on the floor here for Kevin Jackson. I swear it's not blood time. 4:46 left to play in the 3rd. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, Tri-State down by 10.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve, so we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Anderson Seed Farms Incorporated is proud to announce its new partnership with AP Select Seed by AgroPartners. AP Select offers the latest traits and genetics in both corn and soybeans. They're a family-owned company that believes in fair pricing along with unmatched customer support that makes them truly better by choice. Anderson Seed Farms is a certified seed conditioning plant that grows, conditions, and sells Westbred spring wheat seed, which was the top-growing spring wheat in North Dakota last year. Contact Anderson Seed Farms in Foreman at andersonseedfarms.com.
Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. Go to banknorth.bank. Find out more at Bank North, member FDIC. Equal housing lender, not new, not national. Bank North, a hometown bank focused on local teams, including these two with Maple River and the Tri-State Tigers. With the basketball now goes Satcham up top to Holvelson as the Raiders will set up offensively. Maple River last 2 years has made it to the championship, and Holvelson with a nice Carl Malone pick and roll to Satcham for two. Satcham's got 10, give the assist there to Holvelson. Fritz goes the other side, bounce pass. This one goes to Thomas on the interior, up no. Rebound comes down to Satcham, her seventh. Satcham averages 10 points and 9 rebounds, and she's pretty much right at that right now. As Holvelson, right wing three, yes sir! Holvelson in double digits, her third May triple.
And you said the next team that goes on a big run, it feels like Maple River's going for that right now.
Geffrey makes her way up and over as they see it to Thomas, and Bisset able to get back well defensively. Bisset looking for the home run ball, and this one will be a turnover. She was looking for Satcham. It went through the net, but not through the cylinder. So that'll be a turnover for the Raiders. But after the timeout, it's a 5-0 run. Geffrey will see it now for the Tri-State Tigers, looking for a field goal, and Geffrey gets a shot up, no. Rebound is loose, and look at Holvelson go after that basketball. Holvelson finds it, leads Satcham. Satcham off the window, up and in. Satcham 8 in the quarter, 12 in the game, and Holvelson gets another assist. Thomas up the floor, Holvelson got her mid on it. As this one goes to Fritz, right wing jumper from the elbow, no. Rebound comes down to Irie. Raiders want to push in transition to Kaloran. Kaloran, right-handed hip-high dribble. Lost it off of her knee, goes out of bounds, but not for a lack of hustle here. Maple River right now in the quarter, 13 points compared to the 6 here for Tri-State. Nick, what has allowed the Raiders to open this game up a little bit midway through the third?
Defensive pressure, but also just getting those 50-50 balls. I mean, we saw even an effort there by Kaloran, dribbles it off her foot, still gives it a try, and they've been chasing down rebounds here on this end. They've been hustling to get their own opportunities down low. It's been a very impressive effort here these first 4.5 minutes or so of the second half.
Irie got the block shot. It'll stay Tri-State basketball as it went out of bounds off of Irie, as the Tigers will inbound it here, as they will. Slip pass on the inside, trying to help it out. Double team kick, left wing three-pointer's going to be long. Rebound one here to Thomas, and we'll get a foul. And this is something in the first half the Tigers did really well with second chance rebounds. Foul will be on Lila Richmond, her first, team's third here of the quarter. Hannig to check in for Irie, who will take a quick break with her and Holvelson as well on the bench after a couple of breathers. And if you're the Tigers, can you get this to 12, 10 points before the end of the quarter? And this will be a foul, as Macy Fritz will toe the line to shoot two. Foul assessed on number 2, Lila Richmond, her second. Well, Maple River up by 10 at the half. Got it to 34-24, and since then it's been a 7-0 run for the Raiders over the last minute 45. And Tri-State able to break that here with a Fritz free throw.
You know, and maybe it just, once again, same thing we said back in the first quarter, seeing the ball go through, that could be something to help Tri-State kind of regather themselves here. in this final 3 minutes of the third.
Fritz free throw attempt on the second also converts. The one thing the Raiders have done well against teams late in the season is good starts to a first quarter and playing with a lead, and that's what they did again here today, up 11-0 before the timeout, up 16-0 before the Tigers got up on the board. Give credit to Tri-State. They dug themselves out of the hole, but it's tough to try to climb the mountain, then get over the mountain, so to speak, as B-Set lines up a 3 right wing. That'll go short. Good ball movement, good rip underneath. That is by Satchram as it goes last touch off of Satchram after she stole it away from Westby.
Yeah, not able to completely possess it and get up a good shot, but Satchram having a great third quarter.
Satchram trying to get the steal with Richmond. Up the floor, Fritz. Fritz leads a 3-on-2, and this will be a traveling violation here on the Tigers. Satchram leads the floor with 12 points. Hovelson has 11. For the Tri-State Tigers, they are led by the 7, make that 9 of Chloe Smith, but those 3 fouls again here for Chloe, a large part of this equation here in the second half. Hanig is open on the inside as her defender slipped. Now to Satchram looking for the back cut, and Fritz was able to step in front of it. Macy sees this one. No one stops the ball, so Fritz will get fouled. This will be on Kaloran. That's part of the area that reared its ugly head in the first half, was just not stopping the basketball, and it results in some more fouls. Kaloran now is the third Raider with 3 with Hovelson and Irie.
And Hovelson set to check back in, and you know, Coach Hoots is saying, hey, you got to make sure that we're defending without fouling here this final 2 minutes.
As Fritz hits the free throw, she's got 6, all of them from the free throw line. Hovelson will check in for the aforementioned Kaloran, while Perez will check in here for the Tri-State Tigers, in for Chloe Smith. In a contest that's just over 50 minutes old here today from Lisbon. Still got 3 more for you here on YourLiveEvent.com. Free throw attempt number 2 by Fritz is going to go long. Rebound 1 here to Hovelson. Hovelson with her 3rd board of the game. Hovelson has numbers for the Raiders if she attacks. Finds it to Satchram, right-handed side B-Set. B-Set to Hovelson as they're posting up Hanig on the interior. Double team comes, and that was a quad. Not a double, that was 4 purple jerseys making its way around Hanig. Foul will be assessed, and this foul will come against Tri-State here with Thomas.
Great job there by Hovelson, noticing that mismatch and calling for her teammates to move the ball around the perimeter and get it down low.
Free throw attempt here for Hanig's going to go long. Broadcasting today from the Farmers Union Insurance Agency, David Bergman broadcast booth. Located in Foreman and Oaks, with a couple locations there for David. Get him a shout throughout the week at 724-6252. That's 724-6252. Hanig missing the free throw. Thomas with the rebound, her 7th. Fritz on the right-handed side here with Macy, guarded by Richmond. Right-handed side, Raiders go a little zone defense. Fritz will line up a 3-pointer. This one goes off the lip of the rim, and a rebound to Hallie B-Set. Hallie sees this one to Hovelson, left wing. Hovelson launches a 3-pointer. That's going to go along. Loose ball as this goes on a bounce, and it will be last touch here by the Raiders. 89 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. As we'll see a substitution, Claire Irie to check into the game for the Raiders. As coming out will be Hallie B-Set. Tigers said when they were down by 18, could they get it within 12 or get it within 10 going to the 4th quarter? Well, a bucket here would at least do that in terms of the margin. Fritz to Perez. Perez will see this back up top as Tri-State will handle the basketball near side. Emma Fritz will line up a 3-pointer. That goes long. Rebound to Lila Richmond. Will be her 2nd, and Hovelson looks up the floor. Carly directing traffic as Overland posting up on the inside. Bounce pass interior to Overland. Overland with the matchup against Perez. Can't get the shot to go. Fritz with the rebound. That's Macy. Macy weaving her way. Runner off the backboard, no. It's loose, and Lila Richmond gets her 3rd rebound, but then turnover, and Perez gets mugged. Perez to the free throw line. She will shoot 2. Foul will be assessed on number 2, Lila Richmond, her 3rd, and free throws here for Tri-State. Tigers, Nick, in this quarter have made 9 points, 5 of them from the free throw line so far, as Perez hits the first. I had an old basketball coach that said, free throws are free, so you might as well make them. And that one has stuck in the back of my brain ever since.
Get the clock stopped. You have an opportunity. No one guarding you. You might as well put them in.
As Perez able to do so, she's 3 of 4 from the stripe after making both. And here we are back to a 12-point contest. Holmeston right wing, Overland posting up on the inside as they work with this one. As the fans from Wymer, Lidgewood, and Hankinson are trickling on in here to Lisbon. Nice find to Shelby Overland. She's got 4 and give Hovelson the assist. I think Hovelson's got about 5 assists today here at that point guard spot.
Yeah, she's doing a good job distributing the ball around, also scoring and being one of those players that's making it difficult for Tri-State.
Perez able to save this one as they get the shot up. No, rebound on the interior. Put back good for 2. Thomas will get the 2 points. Got 2 seconds, 1 second to beat the horn for Hovelson. Good if it goes off the backboard, and that's how we'll end our third quarter play. Up by 12, Maple River on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Red River Valley winters are demanding. The expert heating and plumbing technicians at Bears Home Solutions will keep your home warm, dry, and comfortable all winter long. When winter's chill is in the air,
You need a bear in there.
check out bearshomesolutions.com.
High school basketball here today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. 43-31 Raiders. Maple River with 4 timeouts remaining. Tri-State's got 3. Tigers need to get something going here to open up the quarter and really start putting some pressure on Maple River. Down by 18, cut it to 12 as they do a pick and roll to Thomas. Thomas on the skip, the left wing jumper is up. This shot will go long. Rebound to Santrum. Santrum, her 9th board of the game. One more, she's got a double-double. Cloran finds it to Hovelson as Hovelson taking the screen, pick and roll with Santrum. Good find on the interior, and there's free throws. Santrum to the stripe to shoot 2, and Santrum at 5'11", and her wingspan, I think, is the biggest thing, Nick, in terms of how much area she can open up, whether it's a pick or playing a little defense.
Yeah, and the confidence that she has out there on the floor, whether it's offensively or defensively, she's just comfortable and confident being down there in that low post and feels like she can win on either side on any given rep.
Satra makes the first, misses the second. Thomas with her 9th board of the game. The freshman's also working on a double-double here for the Tri-State Tigers with 8 points. Perez fashes, high post, gets the shot up. No, rebound going to be won by Irie. Claire will get her 2nd board of the game. Hovelson weaving her way with a 3-on-2 yet again. Hovelson gets walled off, finds it to Irie. Trailing 3-pointer is good. Claire Irie with her 3rd 3, and the Raiders have hit 8 from beyond the arc this afternoon. Gaffrey, right-handed side, finds it to Westby, taking the screen. Westby back up top to Emma Fritz, able to find it now to Thomas. Thomas doesn't use her dribble. Ball gets skipped. Gaffrey, the runner, can't go. Rebound out of bounds, and it will be Raider basketball. As Kevin Jackson makes a substitution here with Chloe Smith with those 3 fouls. As checking in will be Smith, and Westby checks out. And the Raiders got it back to 16 here. Little 4-0 run to start this 4th quarter play, and I think that could also be a little difference factor once we get to our post game, as coming through the screen. Here are the Tigers. The field goal's no good as Smith picks up the foul, her 4th, team's 4th, trying to fight through that screen. As the good start, so to speak, to Maple River, Nick, to begin quarters has also been a sneaky underlining theme here in this game.
You know, getting out to a 16-0 start, I mean, it was very impressive for Tri-State to stay in this, make this a ball game, make Maple River continue to work for it throughout. But you give yourself a lot of margin for error when you start off a game hot, and You know, that's something that moving forward in this tournament they're going to want to continue to do, but then also, you know, want to continue that effort all throughout.
As Perez picks up the foul, free throw attempt by Satcham is going to be long. Sophia, 1 of 3 from the line so far here this afternoon. Make sure you stay tuned with us on our post-game show, Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Final stats here from a victorious player. Be modified because we'll go right into our pregame of the next one with Hankinson and Wymer Lidgerwood coming up here after the conclusion of the Tigers and the Raiders. Right now, the Raiders trying to tame the Tigers as Fritz, right wing. We'll see this one, able to spin back to Geffrey. Geffrey with a couple of dribbles. Bounce pass to Perez. Finds it to Fritz. Tigers will see it at the left wing as they will hand it back to Geffrey. Geffrey steps up. Fritz, jumper inside the line. That'll go long. Rebound here to Kaloran. Kaloran able to get her second board of the game as Abby in the front court makes her way to Hovelson. Hovelson at the right wing. And if you're the Raiders, with where the time and score is, you don't have to be overly aggressive in the front court. Satcham off the window, though. Paint opens up, you'll take it. Satcham's got 4 in the quarter, 16 in the game.
You know, seeing Maple River go to this 2-3 here in the second half, and, you know, just with Tri-State unable to connect from deep, I think that's what's really helped to get this lead back up.
Timeout on the floor, Raiders up by 19.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
High school basketball here today. Timeout brought to you in part by Bank North. The Tri-State Tigers have 2 remaining. Tri-State looking for something to get going here in the fourth quarter. Three-pointer is going to be off the mark. No good by Thomas, but that'll help as Macy Fritz will toe the line to shoot 2, and she's got 3 rebounds so far. Foul assessed on the Raiders, their first of the fourth quarter, and also on number 1 as the freshman, Ilya Kaloran, picks up the foul. Macy Fritz in this game, 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Now make her 6 of 9. All there for points from the stripe here for the senior. As the second free throw attempt is up and long. Loose ball rebound to Kaloran. That's Abby. Abby will see this one with a head of steam. Left-handed side now to B-set. Hallie will utilize it. Up by 19. And the one thing for Maple River, as we were alluding to before the timeout, be very patient in the half court here. 30 seconds is well in your cup of tea to try to minimize the possessions unless you get a walk-in layup like that. Hallie B-set now in double digits with 10.
Yep, take all the time you can, all the time you need, and if you get an open opportunity, you might as well take it. And last 2 possessions, that's what Maple River's done. Take some time off and convert on those easy buckets. 3
players with 10 or more points now for the Raiders. Perez will handle it to Geffrey. Geffrey will travel with the basketball. Turnover number 16 here for Tri-State. As Tigers with Westby to make the substitution as Perez will check out. A 4:43 left to play here in the fourth quarter. As for the Raiders, Kaloran in the front court right now for Maple River. Takes a couple of dribbles, drive kick to Kaloran as Allie will see this. Looking for Abby, high post touch, Hannig, jumper from 18, yes sir. Leah Hannig gets in the scoring column here in the fourth. Raiders opening up the game largest lead here at 23. Tri-State with the basketball, left and inside to Fritz. Fritz, free throw line jumper is going to be short, out of bounds, and it will be Raiders basketball as a pair of 15s will check in with Overland and Smith. Full court pressure defense as Tigers down by 23 will chase the game right now. See if they can get some turnovers. As Kaloran, Alley front court. Able to see this one. Back to Abby. Here comes a little nail pick. Abby drive kick to B-set. Hallie. See this to Kaloran here with 16 on the shot clock. Shovel pass to Overland. Back to B-set here. Hallie's going to drive. Makes her way with the pass, looking for Overland. Overland step through, shot long. Rebound here to the Tigers. Chloe Smith will get her 8th board of the game. Nearly brought the pivot foot with her. Tigers right wing to Westby inside as this one gets tipped around, and eventually Overland on the deck as we'll see this. Kevin Jackson was looking for a timeout. Nothing called on that one with the jump ball, and the arrow will go towards Maple River. As the Raiders will inbound the basketball. As coming in now will be Hannah B-set, the 5'8 freshman, in for Abigail Kaloran, with the Raiders up by 23. And for these teams, got to play a back-to-back at games today, games tomorrow. The only thing for all 8 teams here in the tournament is you know you got today and tomorrow, and that's it for guarantees. If you win, you know you got Monday. Bounce pass, Overland, right-handed side. Shot's going to be blocked. It's on the deck. We get a jump, and the arrow will now make its way to Tri-State. Coming up on our page seed bracket breakdown, the Hankinson Pirates, the 4 seed against the 5 seed of the Waimea Lidgerwood Warbirds. That game on deck here after the conclusion of this one. Tri-State left-handed side with the pass up top. Tigers will see it as they handle it with Thomas. Thomas will walk with the basketball as Tigers will give it right back to the Raiders. As Hannah B-set looking to get the ball inbounded before a 5 count does to Hallie, to her sister. Under 3 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Raiders will see this right-handed side. If you're just joining us, a little bit closer than the 23 points it says on the scoreboard. As B-set lost it, it's on the deck, still going to be loose eventually. Chloe Smith up and over on the pass. We'll see this one right-handed layup up and in. There's the first 2 points here for the Tri-State Tigers in the quarter. Time on the floor, we'll break with them late in the 4th.
Been running the same skid steer brand for years? It might be time to take another look. Butler Machinery now offers the newest CAT skid steer models built to compete head-to-head on price without sacrificing performance or durability. Choose the features that fit your operation and your budget. And behind every machine is a Butler team that doesn't clock out when the work does. Real support, real response when it matters most. This season, make the switch to CAT.
New Solid-Tech R floors deliver sustainable high performance from bottle to floor. They're PVC-free and made with natural stone and recycled single-use plastic for scratch-proof, flood-proof protection that stands up to all that your life demands. Because sustainability, beauty, and performance are at the heart of Solid-Tech R floors.
Available at Carpet World, 17th Avenue South, online at carpetworldfargo.com.
Timeout's brought to you in part by Bank North, 54-33 as the Tri-State Tigers with the timeout will allow the full court pressure defense to come on here, as they will. They'll make its way back up top here for the Maple River Raiders with Hallie B-set. B-set front court now for the Raiders. They're going to take the ball screen, does here by Hannah. Right inside to Aaliyah Hannig. As the Raiders right-handed side with the Brock. Back to Hannig. Have put up 11 points here in the 4th quarter, outscoring Tri-State 11-2. B-set takes the screen, gets the shot on the runner, short. Rebound tipped by Overland, out of bounds, and it will be Tri-State basketball. But Nick, what's the one thing, I know that, like we said, if you're just joining us, the difference in the game, a 16-0 start to Maple River. But what have you liked from the number 8 seed Tri-State Tigers? Because you could have easily rolled over after the first couple of minutes of play.
Exactly. Just this don't quit, don't die attitude. I mean, even now it's a 20-point game, and they're still being aggressive, still trying to get shots up towards the basket, still going after loose balls. I mean, as you said earlier, I mean, teams are guaranteed today and tomorrow. And from that standpoint, if you're Tri-State, you want to be able to at least have that opportunity.
As B-Set hits the deck, time on the floor. We'll break with them late in the fourth.
Triple E Incorporated in Page is cheering on the Raiders as they compete on and off the court and field. They put in the effort to build a team with trust, experience, and the ability to accomplish their goals. The team at Triple E Incorporated is built the same way, with knowledge and experience, with timeliness and efficiency. For your next non-residential building project, go online to eeeinc.com or stop by the office in Page for more information. Make your next project a winner with the team at Triple E Incorporated in Page.
Broadcasting today from the Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency broadcast booth. Chase Miller alongside with Nick Furch here today. I'll have game number 2. Nick will have games 3 and 4, and then we'll alternate tomorrow and get you ready for day number 2, where 2 teams will officially be eliminated. 2 teams will move on to the regions, and 4 teams will be in a lose-or-go-home situation on Monday as we get another jump ball here, and this will go for the Raiders as Maple River with Gabby Satcham, the senior forward, checking in for Hannon. But going back to what you said with Tri-State here, Nick, we'll finish off the possession, then I'll let you talk about the Raiders here. As Kaloran, right-handed side, we'll see it to the aforementioned Satcham. Satcham nearly a double dribble with 5 to Kaloran. Kaloran got to get the shot off here with 2, gets fouled. Let's talk about how the Raiders, I know this one maybe at times not a Mona Lisa by any stretch in a 1-8 game, but the main thing at this time of the season is a win, and that's what Maple River is able to do, because you know everyone's gunning for you making it to the district championship the last 2 years.
Yeah, and you know, for Maple River getting off to that big start here in this one, and then also just, you know, kind of that same mentality of not giving up coming out here in the second half, and you know, knowing Coach Schutz, I mean, that halftime speech was probably a little fiery. So for him to be able to rally the troops and get them to get out to a good start here in the second half, I mean, being able to face adversity and respond is what it's going to take to win some of these games here towards the end of the season.
Tri-State Tigers get the rebound here with Ella Westby, the 8th grader. Westby launches a 3-pointer. That's going to go short. Rebound to Overland. As the Maple River Raiders, the old adage of survive and advance, and that's what it will be here, as the 1 seed will pick up the win and improve to 16-4 on the season. The 8 seed of Tri-State will drop to 3-18 on the year, as Westby picks the foul her first, and we'll see bonus free throws here for Kaloran as she will make her way to the stripe. Maple River, one of those games that you just, okay, find a way to win, get ready for, like everybody else, the second part of a back-to-back, and we'll see what happens for Tri-State as they will play the loser of our next game of Weimar Lidgewood Hankinson. The Raiders will play the winner tomorrow. Coverage gets underway at 3 o'clock.
You know, I will say for Tri-State, just the way that they were able to play for about 2.5, 3 quarters of this one, I think they're going to be a much tougher out tomorrow for whoever they end up facing between Weimar Lidgewood or Hankinson.
As B-Set going to make her way to the free throw line. That's Hannah. Shelby Overland was able to get the rebound. Second chance here for the Maple River Raiders. As Maple River to the stripe. We'll see this one up, and it was nearly in. First time these 2 teams played. It was a tight game between the Raiders and Tri-State, 54-38 on January the 30th. Free throw attempt number 2 here for Hannah B-Set is going to be off the iron, but Hannah B-Set follows her own shot. Nice shovel pass on the interior. Shot is up, no, by Juliuson. As we'll see it now for the Tri-State Tigers with a head of steam as Westby high off the backboard out of bounds, and it will be Tri-State basketball. Obviously the big thing for Maple River, Violet Richmond, girl that averages 21 points per game, unable to play due to an injury. Good news, she's doing well. Talking with Nathan Hoots. Bad news from the Raiders, just not available, obviously, for the postseason. But one thing with that injury, when it did happen, enough time about halfway through the season where you could if you're Nathan Hoots, find some different rotations, so to speak, Nick, and kind of get ready for postseason basketball.
You know, and I called a game that they had against Sargent County about 2 or 3 games after that injury, and one of the players I saw really kind of take off for this Maple River team was Claire Irie. And we saw she had a great shooting performance tonight. Carly Hovelson, great job facilitating the basketball and scoring. So, yeah, I mean, obviously losing a player like that is just, you know, it's tough. But at the same point, seeing her teammates be able to step up and rally around her has been a really cool thing to see, and I think something that's going to help this crew in the long run as much as you would like a little more assistance in the short term.
Cheyenne Broughton gets the 2 points for Tri-State. Here's a Westby three, bucket. Ella Westby with the triple. That's the first three-pointer of the game for Tri-State, as the Tigers are going to lose this one by a final of 18 points. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, Maple River 54, Tri-State 38. We're back with our post-game show after this here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Emory Vistos Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their clothing and footwear department, featuring the brands of Brothers in Arms, Howitzer, Ariat, Cinch, and Twisted X Footwear. Emory Vistos Implement, everything and anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or call 701-742-2167.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Ready to move better, feel stronger, and perform at your peak? At Evolve Therapy and Performance in Hankinson, they do more than rehab, they help you evolve. From physical and occupational therapy to wellness services, dry needling, and PEMF, Evolve Therapy and Performance treats the whole you. Athletes, their sports performance training is fully individualized, built around your sport, position, and season. Transform the way you live, play, and feel. Visit Evolve Therapy and Performance in Hankinson and take the next step today.
As we come back here on the post-game show, join us one of our Enbridge Energy players of the game, Carly Hovelson, here with double digits in scoring, able to finish with 11 points, 3 threes, a handful of assists, rebounds, and steals. Carly, let's talk about the start. One thing you guys have done well to close out the year is having really good first 3 to 4 minutes of opening ball games. You do it again, up 16-0 before Tri-State gets on the board. What did you like from your team in that opening couple of minutes?
We worked really well together at the beginning, I thought, but then we kind of got a slow start right away, so then at halftime we just had to try to pick it up and bring our energy back.
Able to hit 8 threes. I know there's a love-hate relationship with threes, right? You don't want to always force them, but when they go in like they did with 4 3-pointers in the first quarter, 6 in the first half, what does that do for this team once they do go early in a game?
Yeah, it's nice when we can get the threes. Sometimes we settle a little, and we kind of did that here and there, but it's nice when we can spread it out, and then we can get Sophia more because they're going to come out on us. So it's nice when they can go in, definitely.
Let's talk about 3 years of a district tournament. 3 years this team has made it to the semifinals. What does that mean for this program?
No, it's awesome. We're all really good friends, and this year just like a family, and we've been having a lot of fun. So it's fun that we can go back again and just do it without Addie and Bree. They are a big aspect of the season, so it's nice that we can still do it.
How fun is it for a guard to play a pick-and-roll game with Sophia Satcham, Shelby Overland, the post on the inside? How much fun is that for you?
Oh, so fun. They're going to catch it just about every time if the pass is good, so I can always trust on Soph or Shelby to catch the ball and score.
Hey, congratulations on the win, Carly. We'll see you tomorrow in the semis.
Thank you.
Carly Hovelson with us here, one of our players of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. When we come back, we'll take a look at the final numbers. That is next.
Times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Get in touch with David Bergerman today at 701-724-6252. Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Hankinson is a very progressive small town that's actually, I would say, growing or thriving rather than dying.
If you have a family, this is a top-notch school system.
Hankinson's a small enough town that you feel secure.
We're able to be self-sustaining by having all of these awesome amenities.
And although Hankinson may be a small town, it has lots of things to keep you entertained or to start a new career.
Find home in Hankinson, North Dakota.
As we continue here, player of the game brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. That is Carly Hovelson. Final numbers go like this. The Raiders would finish 6 of 17 from the free throw line. They hit 8 threes, 23 rebounds to 14 turnovers. For Tri-State, 18 turnovers. They go 13 of 19 from the stripe, 1-3 with 31 rebounds in the contest. Raiders led by the 16 points, 9 boards for Sophia Satrom, 11 points for Carly Hovelson with 3 threes, 10 points for Hallie Beeset with a couple of triples, 9 points for Claire Irie. She had 3 threes here in the contest, 4 for Shelby Overland, Abby Kalorn with 2 points and 2 as well for Aaliyah Hannig. While for the Tri-State Tigers, led by the 10 of Talon Thomas with 9 rebounds, 9 points for Chloe Smith with 8 boards, 7 points for Kiara Westby, 6 on the way for Macy Fritz. You had 3 points then for Geffrey, 3 on the way for Perez and Ella Westby, and 2 points here for Cheyenne Broughton. We'll take a break and we come back. It's our play of the game and a look at the updated bracket when we return.
Hi, my name is Julie Falk. I am the owner and pharmacist in charge at Hankinson Drug. We really want to help everyone in the best way that we know how. We do med synchronization, so everyone gets their medication on time. We have mail outs if you need them. We also have gift registry, whether you're getting married or if you're having a child.
Find home in Hankinson, North Dakota.
Crossroads Electric is committed to providing solutions for every customer. They know that each customer is different, which is why all of their services can be easily customized. Whether it is heating, ventilating, or air conditioning, let the team at Crossroads Electric take care of you from residential, commercial, or ag electric work. With offices in Milner and Lisbon, Crossroads Electric serves Sargent, Ransom, Richwood, Dickey, and Lemoore counties. Call Crossroads Electric today for your professional-grade low-level coal monitor at 701-427-4328.
Hometown Community Bank serves both the Hope Page and Maple Valley School Districts in Page and Fingal, North Dakota. If you're interested in an ag loan, real estate, consumer, commercial, or HELOC, give Dwight a call at either branch location. Reach out to Janine about investing in a certificate of deposit or save by opening a money market account. Proudly supporting the Maple River Raiders and wishing the athletes and coaches a successful year. Hometown Community Bank is an equal housing lender and member of the FDIC.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Hope Page Public Schools are committed to the development of all students by providing a high-quality education that is reflective of the strong values in our communities. The staff at Hope Page Public Schools work each day to enable and inspire students to achieve academic excellence and make positive contributions to our world. Learn more about Hope Page Public Schools by visiting hopepage.k12.nd.us. We are Hope Page, and we will change the world.
As we come back to our play of the contest, that's the start of the game. A 16-0 run here for the Maple River Raiders, and they never trailed in this contest. That 16-0 run is the play of the game, brought to you in part by Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer at Agassi Precision Ag in Hillsboro. Visit planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com. liveevent.com. Here's a bracket breakdown. District 2, you saw Lemoore Litchfield Marion get by South Border. That game has gone final as the Lobos defeat the Mustangs in the District 2 quarters. Well, here again, 54-38, Maple River over Tri-State. Winner has a date with our next contest. That's Hankinson at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Loser will play Tri-State at 3. Thanks so much for tuning in to our broadcast. That bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Page Seed and Agronomy. Coming up, we'll get to the Pirates and the Warbirds. Opening tip in about 15 minutes here on your liveevent.com.